Hi, welcome to another lecture of JS Yatra, and in this particular video we are going to implement depth first search. The level of this question is medium, so without wasting any time, let's get started. Already covered the depth first search traversal method, and this is the depth first search video. It is completely different traversal method when we compare to BFS, because in BFS we were using queue. Now in DFS we are going to implement the stack. So let us see how things are going to work in this case, and we have taken this particular example, and let us now construct a graph from it, and then post that we'll start off with the DFS traversal, and we'll see how the algorithm works. So let us come to the board right now. We can see that this is the graph that we got just now, and now is the time to implement the graph. The first thing we are seeing is a node A. Then it is connected to B, C, and D. So I'll connect B, I'll connect C, I'll connect D, and let us connect this graph like this. And B is connected to E and F. So I'll connect E and F. And C is connected to G and H. And H. So C is connected with G and H. And D is connected with I and J. So we'll connect this I. Now we'll connect this with J, and E is connected to D. So this would come like this. Alright, a little messy diagram, but that should be okay. So now what we'll do is we'll start implementing the algorithm for us. So as we know that we have a stack. So stack is nothing, just a bucket. So I'll just create a bucket here for us. So this is the stack, and yeah, we'll start off with A. Okay, so and this is the set, and we'll maintain a set of the visited items. So we'll start off with A. I'll push the A onto the stack. Okay, initially, and then we'll start with a loop. Okay, so we'll start popping out the items from the stack. So we'll pop out A from the stack, and we'll add it into the visited item, and we see that with A we are having B, C, and D as a connected nodes. So we'll push B, C, D onto the stack, and we have to make sure that while pushing we we push the items in the reverse order. So if you notice that A is having order of B, C, and D. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll push items like D, C, and B, so that when we start popping out the items from the stack, we get the correct order B, C, and D. So if you're not able to understand this thing, it's okay. You'll get to know once we start with the implementation in depth. So as said, I'll push the items in the backward manner. So I will first push D, then C, then B. Okay, and we'll come to the next loop. So on the next loop, I saw will pop out B. So B would come over here, and with B we have connected nodes E and F. So E and F is the order. So we'll push it something like F and E. Okay, this is F and E, and we'll come to the next loop. In the next loop, I came to know about E. So we'll pop out E from to the stack. Yeah, so we can see that this particular E is connected with D and B over here. But if you check the given input to us, E is only having neighbors as D over here. Okay, so we don't have to actually push B, D, because B is not being present in the arrays of E. So we'll come back to this over here, and we got to know that the E is having a connection with D. So we'll push D onto the stack, and we'll come to the next loop. Now we start popping D from to the stack. So we'll add D over here, and D, we can see that D is connected with I and J. A is not there in the like array of D. So I'll push I, or we have to maintain the order. So I'll put it something like J and I, and then we'll come to the next loop. And in the next loop, I'll start popping I over here, and we push I onto the set on the visited items set over here. And we can see that I is not connected to anything. Then we come to the next loop. We encountered J. We push J onto the set, and we notice that J is not connected to any node. Then we'll come to next iteration, and we come to F. So we'll push F onto the stack. When we push F, we see that F is not connected to anyone. Like the array of F is empty, so ideally it is not connected to anyone. Then we'll come to C on the next iteration. We can see that C is connected to G and H. So we'll push H, and we'll push G over here, and we'll come to the next iteration. We'll find G over here. So we'll push G, and we can see that G is not connected to anyone. The array of G is empty. So we'll come to H on the next iteration. I'll add H over here, and we'll come to the next iteration again, and we can see that we come on to D over here. Okay, we see that D is already present in the visited set, so we'll not add D over here, and this is where we break. Okay, so this is the DFS, depth first search iteration. We can see that we went to A, B, E, then D, I. We come back to D, we go to J, then we come back to D, we come back to E, come back to B, then we go to F, then we come back to B, we come back to A over here. Then so we come back to C, and then we see that on C there is no then we move to G and H. I think I missed adding C over here in one of the cases. So C is definitely present over there after F. Okay, so F, C. I think I missed writing C while explaining. So C has to be there. Like when we came across C, then I might have pushed H and G. So while pushing, I have forgotten writing C over here. So apologies for that. So coming to this, so we came back to C, then we iterated G and H. So how was that done? We came to C, we moved to G, then after G we saw that there is no space, so we moved back to C, then we moved to H. Okay, then we moved to H. After that we saw that there is no way out, then we moved to C, then we moved to A, and then we moved to D, and we saw that D is being already iterated, so we ended our operation right there only. So this was the depth first search in action for you, and now is the time for us to write the code. But before writing the code, you can see that in this approach we are traversing each and every vertices, okay, and we are also traversing each and every edges. Okay, so the time complexity is V plus E this time as well, and the space complexity you can see that is big O of n, where n is the any maximum number of items present onto the stack at any moment. Okay, or the you can see that n is the largest depth of this particular tree. Okay, so at the time we might be having A, B, E, D, I, or J, something like that. So that is the thing we have to take care of. This was the DFS walkthrough. Now is the time for us to write the code for it. Okay, so in this particular example, we are receiving the graph and we are receiving the source. So we'll start with writing graph and the source. We got the source as the params. Now we'll check that if the array, if the graph is empty, If there is nothing to traverse, then we'll just return empty array. So if object dot keys of graph dot length equals to 0, then return empty array. But if there is some item to visit, so we'll first of all create a stack. This is a stack, and we'll maintain a visited set. So visited is equals to new set, and we'll initially push the source onto the stack and on the visited set. So stack dot push source and visited dot add source. Okay, this is I think pretty much similar to what we did in DFS. Okay, just that instead of queue we are using stack this time. Now we'll maintain a loop. So while stack dot length is not equals to 0, then we'll have to maintain our logic. So we'll start popping out the items from the stack. So const node equals to stack dot pop, and once this node is being popped, we'll add this node into the visited set, visited dot add node. Okay, so the source would be added twice, but since it is a set, it doesn't really matters right now, so we'll be okay with that. Now we'll have const neighbors graph of node. Okay, we got all the neighbors, and we'll, as discussed, that we'll start pushing the items in the reverse order. Okay, so that we maintain the like integrity of the code. Okay, we cannot like it is okay that we can like push the items like this and we reverse the order. That is also fine, because order really doesn't matters in this like DFS approach. But to maintain the integrity and it becomes more readable, what we do is we start pushing the items in the reverse order, so that when we start popping the items, we get it in the like expected manner. What I meant by that is like A, B, E, D. Okay, so you can see that after A you got B, and in B you got E, and in E you got D. Okay, so and you'll see that C would be coming only after B. So you see that the C is coming only after B over here. So that integrity of the output is being maintained by only way when we start pushing the items in the reverse order. So for let I equals to 0, I is no. So we have to maintain the reverse order. So let I equals to neighbors dot length minus 1, and I should be greater than equals to 0. I minus minus const neighbor equals to neighbors of I, and if we have not visited this neighbor, then what we'll do is we'll push the item onto the stack dot push neighbor. Yep, so at the last we'll just do return array dot from visited. Okay, and let us try to save this, and we'll also have to log this out. And you can see that the output is A, B, E, D, I, J, F, C, G, H. C, G, H. Yep, this is the correct one. So this was the depth first search algorithm for you. The time complexity is as discussed O, V plus E, and the space complexity is big O of N. So yeah, this was all in this particular lecture. Hope you understood it, and if you have any doubts, then feel free to ask me on the Discord channel, on the community channel. And yeah, this was all in this particular video. See you in the next one. Till then, take care. Goodbye.